Alright y'all, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel because today I'm going to be going over something that is very beneficial and can help a lot of people who may be struggling with their consistency when it comes to entering profitable trades. And what I want to talk about today is basically simplifying your trading so that you have very clear things to look for to know when you should be entering a trade. Because I talk to a lot of people and I see a lot of people and their charts, they have so much going on. They're looking at market Cipher, they're looking at RSIs, they're looking at MACDs, they're looking at moving averages, they're drawing lines, they're doing all these things, they're looking at order flow. And at the end of the day, it can cause them to have paralysis of analysis. And I see so many people flop and grope that way. And so I want to walk you through what I did, the process I went through in order to take a short from right here, take a long from right here, and take a short from right here. Now, I know what you're probably thinking if you're new to the channel, because I get comments like this all the time. You're like, oh yeah, right. You really longed the bottom, shorted the top twice. The truth is, guys, yes, I did. And if we come over to the VIP Discord, just to show you that I'm not blowing smoke up your patootie for the sake of YouTube views, I did give these trade setups in advance. Okay, the first short, I was looking for the price to come above 44.9 and then short it down. Gave the setup in advance. We can see, boom, it happened exactly as we had hoped, Baruch Hashem, and we enter the short from there. It was a very juicy short. We came above 44.9 right here, came back down, shorted it all the way down. This long down here, Monday, I gave the setup live on YouTube. This is my VIP Discord weekly live stream where I was looking if we came up back above that level of 37.7. I gave the exact setup right here. Shout out to everybody who took this, by the way, in the VIP Discord. And I was looking to along that level back up to the center point of this area, okay? And then yesterday, when we come back up to the center point of that area, I gave the signal. And I seldom give signals in my Discord, by the way. I usually give trade setups and stuff in advance, but this week the trades have just been so abundant that I told everybody I'm in this short right now. And of course, when I posted it, the short was in drawdown, but I was short from about 42.3. Okay, and of course, you know, this morning when I woke up, that trade was in massive profits. So these are three trades I literally took. I gave the signals in advance. I'm not blowing smoke up your patootie. And I want to walk you through the process that I used to enter into these trades. And by the way, if you do want to get into the VIP Discord, you can go to patreon.com/Jason Casper. In this Discord, we do give daily technical analysis updates where we're giving the exact levels that I am looking for to take trades every single day for Bitcoin and Ethereum and altcoins. We do 2 live streams a week. We also have a thriving community of traders in here. The focus is education, guys. This is not a signals group, although sometimes we do give signals. But we have some excellent traders in here giving really good technical analysis and potential trade setups. You can go to patreon.com/Jason Casper. Also, if you want to learn how I trade, you can check out jasoncaspertrading.com. This course will give you the knowledge and the skills you need to become a confident, profitable trader by giving you a very clear point A to point B, complete system of how you can plan and execute these trades with good risk management, without emotion, and it will help your paper trading be more successful, because this is for paper trading only, not financial advice. There's a 30% discount in the description. Okay, so when I am looking to enter trades, I have found that it is best to simplify the trading as much as possible. Like I was saying before, I see people whose charts have moving averages. The charts have market Cipher, they have RSI, they have MACD, they have all these different oscillators and lines and moving averages, and they're looking at order flow and they're doing all this stuff, and it makes them be paralyzed. They can't make a decision. And what's key in trading is being able to make a decision in a short period of time and then stick to that decision, okay? And don't let yourself flop and grope by having too much information. I think one of the things that really plagues our society right now is having too much information, right? That's a whole nother topic. But what I like to do is I like to identify sideways markets, okay? Sideways markets. Now, when we look at Bitcoin or any asset, we can see that most of the time, hang on now, I have to mute this dang thing. I guess I have to mute, I don't know where this is coming from. Boom. We can see that most of the time, Bitcoin is simply trading sideways, okay? And if we can identify clear areas where we have highs and lows, we can then draw lines on the chart where we have high and low. Now, for example, right here, we have a very clear high and a very clear low. And what we can do is we can look to buy the lows and sell at the highs. Okay, so again, we can see that when we come up here, we have a very, very clear area where we have a clearly defined high and a clearly defined low. And we can find these in multiple time frames. We will find sideways ranges within sideways ranges. But what I like to do is, when I identify one of these, I simply just look and see, okay, when we start to come up to that high, I will look for a short. And when we start to come down to that low, I will look for a long. Now, the second layer is going to be coming over here to the prediction and measurement tools and clicking on this fixed range volume profile. And you're just going to drag that through when you have identified a sideways range, okay? And what I like to do is I like to simply look and see when price comes. Well, first let me say something else. This volume profile will give you what's known as a value area. And this value area is going to define for us the fair price of Bitcoin or whatever asset we're trading. If the asset comes above that value area, it's considered overbought, and people are going to start taking profits to realize the profit, right? Because Bitcoin or whatever asset is trading at a price it's too high, it's above fair value. So people are going to take profits because they know the asset I'm holding is worth more than it should be. So I'm going to take profit. That will cause the price to come back down. And then when price comes below that fair value area, well, it's oversold. People are going to start buying it because they're like, this is on a bargain. I'm going to buy low and then hold it until we're overbought, right? And so we could see here, we could have literally taken a short from right here, a short from right here, a long from right here, a short from right here, and a long from right here, and all of those trades would have been profitable, okay? Now, there's three main areas that we want to look for when we are looking at these volume profiles, okay? There's three main places that we want to keep on our radar, all right? And that is this. That is this. We want to look for here again, we have a clear high, we have a clear low. The three main areas that we want to look for are going to be A, the top of that value area, which is considered overbought, B, the bottom of that value area, which is considered oversold, and C, the center point, okay? The way we are going to look to trade this is simply when price is coming above that value area, we will look to take a short. When price is coming below that value area, we will look to take a long. And then the center point is the third place we will look to take a trade. If we are above the center point, we will look to catch a bounce off the center point like what happened right here. Okay, you could have literally taken a short from the high, bounced off the center point, longed it up, and then shorted it back down. Okay, and if price is below the center point, we would look to take a short from it. Okay, this center point is the highest volume node. It will be acting as resistance if we are trading below it. It will be acting as support if we are trading above it. Okay, this is basically what this does is this very, very much so simplifies our trading, because we can already say to ourselves, all right, I'm only going to be looking for trades if the price comes either to the high of this value area, where I'll be looking for a short, or to the low of this value area, where I will be looking for a long, or if it comes to the center point, where I will be looking either for a long or short, depending on what side of this line price is on. Okay, that simplifies things very, very much. Now, you might be asking yourself, well, Jason, that sounds great, but there's plenty of times where price will come up to that value area and it will bust right through. So how are we going to know whether or not to take a trade? You market Cipher shiller, you're just saying this for YouTube views. Here's how we're going to know, guys. Here's how we're going to know. And speaking of YouTube views, make sure to like the video, guys. Make sure to share the video on MySpace, okay? On good old MySpace, on Twitter, all that stuff, guys. Whatever you young kids are into, I don't know. I'm an old man. Here's how we're going to know. Okay, those three trades that I outlined for you in the beginning of this video, the short from here, the long from here, the short from here. I've been looking at this entire chunk of Bitcoin price action as a sideways range from the beginning of January. Okay, and we can see that literally those trades are simply just me waiting for price coming to the oversold territory. I'm sorry, the overbought territory, the oversold territory, and now back to the center point. That's it. It's that simple. And here's how we're going to know whether or not to take the trade. We're going to look at our indicator. Okay, for me, I use Market Cipher. If the price is overbought and Market Cipher is also overbought, that is a short signal. Okay, that is a short signal. If price is oversold and Market Cipher is oversold, that is a buy signal. If price is coming to the center point and Market Cipher is either overbought or oversold, that is a buy. That is a sell signal. Okay, now we cannot do this just on one time frame, but I'm giving you a simplified explanation. I like to use the 4-hour, the 1-hour, and the 12-minute to really give me my signals. So, for example, when we are up here, we can clearly see that the 4-hour time frame is overbought. Okay, we need to cool off. We need to. Okay, and we can also see that the price is overbought. Okay, the key to entering a trade is when we come down to a lower time frame, do we see divergences? A divergence is where price is making higher highs and the momentum on Market Cipher is making lower highs. Look at how the momentum on Market Cipher is coming down as the price is coming up. All right, a lot of people will call this the Bart-Simpson pattern, right? Price shoots up, it consolidates, and then it dumps. Okay, when we see the Bart-Simpson pattern forming, we want to see is momentum and money flow coming down as Bart Simpson's head continues to be a thing, because we can see here that on the 1-hour time frame, yes, as Bart Simpson's head is forming, the momentum is coming down. We can even see on the 12-minute time frame. All right, this was a beautiful, beautiful short here. Look at this, the money flow coming down on the 12-minute time frame as the Bart Simpson head is forming. Now, the 12-minute money flow is something that is very special. This will always tell you, not always, but very rarely, very, very seldom does the 12-minute money flow in a Bart Simpson pattern lie to me. Right? This is how I was able to give the signal in advance in my Discord, because I saw this happening, right? I saw this happening. So, where was that trade? Where was that trade? We do take a lot of trades here. Look, this is the 12-minute. And I'm like, man, look at this juiciness. There's no way we're going to break out of this Bart Simpson head. We're going to come back down, right? Look at that money flow coming down. That's why we take the short, okay? So when we see the price action in overbought territory and our indicator in overbought territory and the divergences, that is giving us a very clear signal. And if we just wait for these signals, we will have a lot of success in our fake money paper trading only, because not only does it filter out a lot of the noise, it's giving us very, very clearly defined areas to look for trades, but we also have very clearly defined signals, okay? And then we take a look at the long from the other night, where we see also the opposite of that, right? The money flow is coming up on the 12-minute time frame. Over time, we can draw from this purple wave of money flow to the absolute bottom. Look at the money flow coming up here. Every time one of these purple waves prints, it gets higher and higher and higher. Right? And we are in the oversold territory. The 4-hour time frame has recently just come into the oversold territory. And look at this. Not only did we see the divergences on the 12-minute time frame, but we even saw it on the 4-hour time frame. Boom. Boom, baby. Boom. Right? Actually, I'm sorry. That was right here. It was right here. Market Cipher oversold. Divergence. Boom. Right? Then we come back up to the short at the center point, right? Literally 3 trades at 3 key levels. Very, very simple. Market Cipher is overbought on the 4-hour. We come down to the 12-minute time frame, and what do we see? What do we see? We see that juicy money flow coming down, man. That velvety blue money flow just coming right down. It's like blue Velveeta macaroni and cheese, right? I love it when my... Let's actually Google that. Can we... Blue mac and cheese. This is what we want to see, guys. This is what we want to see. We want to see that juicy, juicy blue Velveeta macaroni and cheese getting lower and lower over time. It's sticky, it's slimy. Look at those strings of cheese coming across, right? This is what we want to see, okay? We want to see it getting lower, okay? Nice and moldy, nice and blue, right? Because when your macaroni and cheese starts to get blue, you know it's going, you know things are going south, right? You can't have blue macaroni and cheese and think things are going to be honky-dory if you start shoving that in your face, okay? And the reason I was so confident to give the short Okay. These are the trades, like long the bottom, short the top. Right here, these are the trades. It's beautiful, just waiting for these things to happen, right? But I was confident giving the trade setup, even though when I posted the signal, and I usually don't give signals, guys. I usually don't. So just so you know, if you're joining the Discord, I give setups and I give the confirmations I'm looking for. But I don't always say I'm short right now. But sometimes I do. This week I did that twice. It was in drawdown when I posted. I said I'm in this losing short right now. You can see my entry wasn't that great. It wasn't that perfect. When I posted it, I was in drawdown. But I gave the reason why, okay? I gave the complete reason why. I can't go into detail all the reasons why I entered the trade, but the main reason was because the 12-minute money flow and momentum was coming down, right? And I'm like, there's no way we're going to be able to have another move to the upside. Now, I didn't know we were going to come down all the way, but I did know that once we lost that point of control, that we were going to come down, and I especially knew that if we start to enter into these single prints, we were going to come down to like 39,500 at least, because there was just such a smooth move down here, just these two candles only, right? So I hope you found this video helpful, guys. If you did, please like the video, please subscribe to the channel, share the video. I really feel that this information can help people a lot. And again, if you do want the 30% discount on the course, you can go to patreon.com/Jason Casper and use the coupon code that's in the description and the pinned comment. If you want to get into the Discord, you can go to patreon.com/Jason Casper. All right, y'all. God bless. In the name of Jesus the Messiah, I pray everybody is super, super blessed in these times in multiple ways. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.